Hello everybody, this is Kathy Bedell with mystampinspot.com. Welcome to today's episode of Why Do I Need That Stamparatus? If you've missed the previous episodes, you can go back through Facebook or go to my YouTube channel at mystampinspot.com, and I don't know if you can see that or not, and you will find it there. Now, today I've repositioned my phone so that it can be a little wider, because usually my phone sits vertical, and I notice when the videos, it's really hard for you to see what I'm doing on the side of the plate. So let's get going here. Today I'm doing shadow stamping. There's a lot of different things you can do with shadow stamping, but I have to say a good solid image in words is probably your best bet as far as getting a good result. I've tried it with florals. Yeah, florals just look really blurry. I will show you, I tried it with an animal. It's okay. It really wouldn't be my first pick, but if you use any kind of bold words. Now I'm going to show you a card that I did. Here's what I did. Can you see the shadow on it? Now the happy has it, and the happy is thinner words, and the birthday has it. The birthdays are much thicker words. It's much nicer on the bolder, but if you can see, it is on the happy as well. So my recommendation is stick to anything that's very bulky, although we will be using the smaller one today as well. So this one I did Pacific Point, and this just has the in color, what's the, all I can think of is Apricot Appeal, and that's about 15 years ago. The new peach in color. That's what I used as a background for that. Okay, let me show you how we're going to make this work. First thing you want to do is grab one of your magnets. You may not even need a magnet, and I always recommend to stamp as far in the corner as possible. Now, because this is photopolymer, you need the black foam piece. And oh boy, isn't my stamp set a mess? Look at me. I think I'm going to do birthday, and I did this other one in Pacific Point, but I'm going to do this one just to see how it comes out in Highland Heather. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my piece of paper and put it in that corner, as far in that corner as you can get. Then I'm going to take my stamp, put it upside down so you can actually read it. Now I'd be trimming this piece of paper after. I'm going to put my magnet there, and I'm going to pick up my stamp. And again, very important for this to have it in the corner, like that. I'm going to take my Highland Heather, and I'm going to ink my stamp, and I'm going to press it down and get my image. Okay, now here's the tricky part. You know what? I'm actually going to make that a little bolder because I don't think it came out quite clear enough. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus, right? And look, even though I got ink up here, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to show up. Now here's where you're going to get your shadow. You're simply going to move this back maybe about 1/16 of an inch. You don't need to move it very far. In fact, if you move it too far, it looks very blurry. You want to keep it minimal. And we're not going to re-ink. We're just going to re-stamp. And I don't think I moved it far enough to the side. We're going to have to do this one again. I'm going to flip this over. Let's do this one again. I don't think I moved it quite enough. You know, it's really hard with the camera where I usually lean over and look. Okay. Now again, I'm just going to pull it down about maybe 1/16 of an inch. If you go too far, it makes it very blurry. There we go, that's better. Can you see that? I think I just didn't pull it far enough the first time. Hopefully you can get a good visual on that shadow. I'm going to try to bring in more light. Can you see it? If I pull it away a little maybe? What do you think? Hey Patty, how are you? Okay, so Patty, flip your phone. I am sideways, and I apologize. I only did that because when I put my phone vertical, you can't always see what's going on in the left half of my plate, and I'm moving it back and forth, and I've noticed that very often I forget to move it. So if you turn your phone from vertical to sideways, you'll get the full picture. Anyway, hopefully you can see. I don't know if in the purple I can see it really well, but I'm not sure on camera it's coming up. But I know you can see it better in the blue here. Can you see that? Oh, there we go. Now you can see. See the shadow? Okay, so now if I wanted to add a happy to this, I'm going to take this puppy off. If I wanted to add a happy to this, I almost put it upside down. So with this stamp set, again, put it back in the corner. With this stamp set, a lot of times what you see is the birthday in one color and then happy stamped over it, say in black, or, you know, two different colors, maybe blue and yellow. But because I want the shadow to show in my birthday, I'm not going to overlap this stamp. I am just going to simply re-stamp it. Like that. And I'm not even going to give that a shadow because I actually am not crazy about this skinny word having a shadow. Sorry, I dropped some goodies here to show you. Alright, let me take my towel and clean this up a little bit. I'm going to show you some other things. So here we have when I did, and I did two colors. I did Coastal Cabana and Daffodil Delight. And as you can see, when the Coastal Cabana mixes with the Daffodil Delight, it changes it. It deepens the tone of it a little bit. But you can get an idea on that. This, in case you were wondering, was hand-penned petals, was the floral I used. And these are the matte decorative dots that I used. And then what I did to color my flower in was I used the soft pastels. And I took a blender pen. So I put a little pastel on there, and then I used the blender pen to mix it. So that's how I got that result. I thought we would try this, but with a different color. So let's set that aside for a minute. Just so you can see what it looks like in a different color. Now, I did not try this color previously, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us. And I'm going to do the word thanks. And again, this paper may need to be trimmed down after a bit, but that's okay. And again, make sure you put your paper right in the corner. I am going to try to mix fresh freesia and polished pink, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm going to do I forgot to pick up my stamp. Now again, you could use the magnet. You probably should use the magnet. But, hey KB. But because I know it's going right in the corner, I don't feel the need to use the magnet. Alright, so this is Highland Heather. Like that. And now I'm going to clean that off. I'm very distracted here today. I don't know what is going on with me. And I'm going to leave my stamp in the same place, but move this down, like I said, just about a 1/16 of an inch. And you just want to make sure that it's the same amount down as it is on the side. So you want to come over and down in the same perspective. Now I'm using my polished pink. Now it's going to be a surprise for me too, because like I said, I have not done this. I just chose two different colors. Let's see what this looks like. Surprise! Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see. There we go. See how it has like a little shadow down the bottom? I probably could have pulled it a little more to the left Let's do that one again. Pull it a little more to the left this time. Again, this is kind of experimenting here. I have not previously done this in these colors. All right, so this is my fresh freesia. And I'm going to show you what happens if we pull it quite a bit. Now that's quite a bit of pulling. Now my polished pink. Now this, in my opinion, it's very cool and you definitely can see it better, but in person it almost looks blurry to me. It's almost too much of a shadow. It definitely is three-dimensional, but I think if I were going to do this, I would maybe do it in a black ink and then a light gray ink, and I didn't bring them over, otherwise I would show you what that looks like. Although, you know what I could do? I do have a black ink here. Let's try that. I have a black ink and we can do it with a light color. So you can see. Okay, so first I'm going to do my black ink. Again, this is going to be a surprise for me too. This is called shadow stamping. I'm going to clean this good. And now I'm going to take my polished pink ink that, and I'm going to move this. I'm going to make sure my mat's in there good and tight. This magnet's holding my mat down. Okay, this is going to be my biggest shadow so far. This is the most dramatic I have done. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see, not a fan. I mean, it's not bad. I actually think it looks better on camera than it does in person, to tell you the truth. But for me, it's just a little bit busy. But that's a personal opinion. I say, pull out your favorite colors and try it. Perhaps this would be a little better with black and light gray. Maybe it might not look quite so busy because it's in the same color family. Now let me show you an animal I did. This is wildcats. And I hope you can see. So I stamped the image of the cat and then I shadow stamped without re-inking. This is in Cajun Craze. Then I went back in and put the stripes in. You know, it gives them a little three-dimension. Again, I'm not as crazy about images, although I do think this cat works. I do not think flowers work. I did not like the flowers at all. But try it. See what you think. That's all I can say. So there's some that we had going on today. Tell me what you think. I do like this pink and purple. That's kind of pretty. So tell me what you think. Give it a try. Post some samples on my Facebook page. You can find this video over at YouTube in about a half an hour or so, and you can watch any of the other in this series. All you have to do is go to YouTube and search My Stamping Spot, and hopefully it will come up. Oh, here's the purple one I did too. This is actually maybe one of my favorites. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you next month. Bye.